Very, very warm good evening. This is Arunfoot Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. Another evening to talk about Indian football transfers and other news, the latest from Indian football. So, looking forward to discussing and interacting with you guys. Good evening, Kumar. Welcome back. Hope you're doing fine. And yeah, let's talk, as always, about Indian football and what's all happening. And those of you who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot. Please here on YouTube, subscribe to my other social medias as well. Visit arunfoot.com, and then of course like this video, share this video as well, and let's grow the community. As always, thank you for all of you who are already following me here on YouTube, and yeah, keep on growing. Just checking the numbers, 1,346. So let's see if we cross the 1,350 mark today on my quest to have gained more and more followers. So thanks a lot, guys. Those of your support. Hi, Nishant. Thanks a lot as well. Reliance is doing a lot of good work producing our players. Is it a good sign? Renel, it is. If someone is doing good work, yes, they are. My question would be, Izumi Arata was there till and Devin Daniel, who I worked at Roundglass, is still also there. My question to those guys would be, is like, how good are these players? Are these as good as the players in the ISL, or could they be even better players? Because my concern has been and is, is the next generation better than the current lot? Right? And that is something which I hope we'll see in the years to come. And to me, very, very clearly, that's the challenge. And Reliance Foundation Young Champs is doing good work, certainly. They have sort of taken over what the Tata Football Academy used to be for Indian football. So I hope that they are able to produce better players with each batch that they're bringing out. But we have the example that none of the earlier Reliance Foundation boys have really made the cut. So therefore, for me, Mohamed Nimil was probably quite hyped 2-3 seasons ago. He hasn't really made it so far. So therefore, for me, I'm very careful in this, and they'll all have to prove. So therefore, yes. Hi, Nishant. Hi, Sharad. Waman, welcome back. Sir, please give brief details. Tell us about their future signing. Umair, as I've said, BFC so far have, in my opinion, done a good job in their signings this summer. The team looks stronger, at least on paper. If I look at it, but again, on paper, it can look a lot, and then you'll have to show it in the season. It's going to be interesting. Of course, you've retained Jovanovic, Ryan Williams have gotten in Guerra, have gotten in Pereira Diaz from Mumbai City, as well as Raul Beke, Edgar Mendes, and Pedro Capo are the two foreign and Spanish new signings to the club. So let's wait and see. Sunil Chetri stays on another season, so that's going to be another interesting one. So let's see. At the moment, BFC look good. Let's see what they can achieve. Did very well. Pfizer, first touch was brilliant. The guy who has been playing for Russian club. Kumar, I've been asked in the last few days a little bit about Uzbekistan. Which has been missing, which is going to be the challenge for Uzbekistan, is to get to the World Cup. So that will be an interesting one if they make it to 2026 to the FIFA World Cup. That's going to be the big one for Uzbekistan. I think that's the one step which is missing, and also maybe getting into a semi-final of an AFC Asian Cup. That's, they're amongst the most talented lots of players that I've seen on the Asian continent. And therefore, for me, I think Uzbekistan need to find the means and ways of how to get, so to say, to that final frontier. Let's call it that way. Final frontier of ball for a team like them. They're on a different level. So therefore, that's that. Guerra signed a French centre back. Thoughts on that? Is a quality signing, even room at Spanish forward. Waman, yes. Of course, a lot of speculation about players. The Blasters, of course, have now, or are on the verge of putting their squad together. So therefore, let's wait and see. The question, of course, has been or is if they're going to be able to keep players, because there's rumor about certain players who could still be leaving. So therefore, I'm interested to see what they're going to do. But to me, Alexandre Kouef looks like a good solid addition as a player. And therefore, let's see what he can do. 32 years of age, born in Brest, is a Lens product, solid, and played in Caen last season. So therefore, in the French Ligue 2, in the French second tier. So to me, solid centre back. So let's see. The striker is not confirmed, and of course the discussion in regard to Rahul KP is going to be kept, or Rahul KP might be offloaded. I think that's the conversation which at the moment is ongoing regarding the Blasters. So we'll have to wait and see what really happens with Rahul KP. And as I said, Vivian might be also a target. So therefore, for me, that would be the first thing to try and see what can be changed. Say if you become AFF president, what would you do? I mean, what would be your vision for the next 5 or 10 years? Nishant, for me, I think the first question is not my 5 or 10 year vision. I think first of all, you have to take a stock of what the situation is. I think whoever takes over the AFF, and I think that isn't, to me, I think the most important thing is to realize, what do I have? What do I have to do? What do I have to change? Do I have the personnel? Do I have, do I have the stakeholders? I think the most important thing for an AFF president to me is leadership, is trying to enhance the system, strengthen the system, and bring it to a level that you can grow. And that is something at the moment which I feel is missing a little bit. It seems to be, I've done a video on that in the morning. If you haven't seen it, more than welcome to watch it. That is the trouble brewing at the AFF. So for me, that's the first thing which I say needs to happen in an Indian football context. Then, of course, I think the AFF president needs to also go around India. I think you need to try and visit every state, have a look, the thing is that, and then you can make, I think after that, after you analyze what's the situation, what are the comparisons, where do we stand, what's the situation, thereafter you can do, a 5 or 10 year plan. I think the first thing is to realize where we stand. I think, as I've been saying in the last few days, I think the most important challenges are to sort out grassroots, to sort out youth football, to sort out our coaching, to sort out our competitions. That is the most important thing. That's on one side. If I look at my lower tier, my from bottom up approach, and my top down approaches, one has to sort out the ISL, one has to sort out the I League and all the other leagues, the women's league, the national teams. So there's a lot to do, and then you can create a vision. I think the problem is if you always go and say, listen, vision is always a little bit of dream work. Where do I want to see myself? No, you have to live in the reality. You have to pragmatically approach it and then try and find solutions in the short term, and then create a mid and a long term vision. But as long as you haven't tackled the short-term issues, the short-term problems, there is no value of these mid to long-term visions. Look at the plan of Vision 2047, the plans for 2026. Most of the achievements you will not be able to achieve because you haven't done your homework in the short term, and that is something so therefore, let's wait and see what happens. Renal, but Reliance get these boys at 12 or 13, so they created an ecosystem of punk to get early football to kids. In long run, will it help? Renal, I've told you multiple times, long run, let's talk about this in 5-7 years. At the moment, the products that they're coming out at the senior level is not good enough, period. That is something that Indian football needs to discuss. The talent that we're producing is not good enough to compete at a higher level, period. No point of discussion. So will it be, can it be, where will be, I live in the moment. We need to sort out things now. The Indian football faces multiple problems. People are unwilling to talk about it. People are fighting amongst themselves. There are illiterate people who think you can sell you, I know what Indian football needs to do, and they don't know what they're doing. That is the problem, Hi, Sports United. Sir Javier Hernandez has joined Championship FC and Eze coming back to him. What do you think about these foreign signings? Steven Eze, solid centre back. Javier Hernandez, good player when he's fit. And to me, very simply said, is that these are good players, and let's see what they can do. They need to stay fit, and then they can make a difference. Hello, hi Vikram. Sir, do live with Rahul Indian every day on Indian football. We love to hear three of you. Thank you. I'll Hiren and I have been speaking, but again, times don't always match. I like it a little later. He wants to do it a little earlier. Rahul, of course, is also sometimes difficult. So, but as you said, we will try and do that. Nishant, sir, in India, many private companies give CSR funds to golf players, but they rarely give to football. Yeah. Again, ask yourself why people should give that money, right? So therefore, that's the reality, and so therefore, for me, very very clearly, it's something which we need to look at, right? But again, if someone wants to do something like that, yeah, that's something which needs to organically come in. You can't force people to say, hey, listen, your CSR money needs to come into football. With golf, there's a connection. Maybe the bosses play those games, they like those sports. Football needs to create that connect. Another, can you explain what Richard Hood posted on Twitter? I did not read that. You replied back. Kumar, very simply, he was talking about academy accreditation and the process of player development, and that nothing has changed in the last 6 years. Can we watch World Cup for free on Sony Sports? Arnav, if you have a sports package in which Sony channels, the bouquet of Sony channels is in, yes. Otherwise, you have to ask a local cable operator. I don't know which I think Sony Live most probably would be the streaming platform, let's see. What is Ambition's role in the technical committee? Rohit, he's the head of the technical committee. Viju Bhai is the head of the technical committee. East Bengal youths will travel to East England to pass the next generation cup. What's your thoughts? Kishore, good exposure, not only for East Bengal, but good exposure for Muthoot and for Punjab FC. You're going to play very, very strong teams. You're going to play teams which are better than you. And it's a real test for all three teams. This is a level of football which they normally do not play. And you're going to be playing younger boys, but these Premier League boys are going to be, let's see. So therefore, for me, a good test. But am I expecting any results? No. If they can upset the one another, that would be huge. Sanskar JC, what is views on old or other out form player, or this player will work with them? Javi, Chima, John Murray. You never know, Sanskar. You never know. Again, at the moment you're saying out of form, and then suddenly they are in form. It's about injury, fitness, and then it's on Khalid to get the best out of these boys. So they have the potential. They've shown that in the past in this league. So let's wait and see what they can do. Prashanta, can you explain salary cap in details? What is 18 lakhs exactly defined as per player per cap or total team cap? If total team, how is it possible even for a team like Mohammedan? It's 18.5 crores as a salary cap overall. And again, I think, we are seeing a lot of side payments where people are working around it. So the salary cap at the moment seems to be there only on paper. Even I did a few weeks ago a video on that, asking if FSTL should be stricter on the salary cap. So if you want to understand the salary cap a little better, you can go. It's not 18.5. It was 16.5. Now it's 18. Sajid, any update on Tommy Euris's future with Northeast United? At the moment, none, Sajid. I don't know. He was also injured. So therefore, I'm not sure if Northeast United, again, he was an impact player when he came on, but he wasn't fit. We also got to see that, if one has to be honest about that. So I feel if Tom Juric is going to stay or not, looks unlikely at the moment. But again, I might be wrong on that as well. Palash, hi, welcome back. GeoTV has Sony channels. Okay, so if you have access to GeoTV, then you could be watching Sony Sports, and so for me, those of you who want to watch. As I said, for us living abroad, if you have any hints where to watch it, where to watch the Sony bouquets abroad, let me know, and then again we can pass it on to our friends who are living abroad. Another, what's your take on Forza Goa Foundation, the work they're doing? Kumar, from what I hear, from what I see, what I've heard from people working in there, they're trying to change things. But again, it's a mid to long term project, and this is one of our problems, right? Everybody wants a result yesterday and not in 5 years or 10 years, and that's the problem. We need if we don't do the groundwork, we haven't done the groundwork. We don't want to do the groundwork, and that's where we get lost. And that's where Indian football therefore has to struggle, because we're not getting there where we think, where we want to be, where we need to be. And that is the challenge that I see. And therefore, yeah, let's hope that we can change things for good. And then, Forza Goa is one of those projects which is very, very important. I was seeing this picture today of this young kid 10 years ago or 11 years ago with Robin Singh, and now part of the FC Goa, Bangalore FC squad, a guy called Venkatesh. And these are the stories, right? These are the stories which we're looking forward to, that hopefully we can come through. But the question always is with these players, are they better than the current players? And that is the challenge. I think that's the challenge for Indian football, that the next generation of players has to be somewhat better. Otherwise, otherwise we are not going to get anywhere. And these discussions that we're having today, we will have them tomorrow, we'll have them in 5 years, we'll have them in 10 years. And we've made no progress. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. So let's see what happened. Hi, Sanskar. On the paper, top 6 prediction. I said forget other things. Sanskar, as I said to you yesterday, at the moment, teams are still not settled. We'll have injuries, other things. Let's have this discussion in early September. If the ISL starts in mid-September, that's the right time to have that discussion, because again, teams are not settled. There's still foreigners or Indian players to be signed. So let's wait for the squads to settle in. Hi, Amal. Welcome back. Good to see you. Some sources said the Northeast gave a contract to Juric, but at the moment, it feels like Juric don't want to stay. Again, that would be news to me, that they offered him a contract. To my knowledge, at the moment, it's not something that I have heard of that he's staying. Sanskar bro, Holicharan, Nasana, and Javi Comben and JC, what's your view on that? Holicharan at England, in Jamshedpur, that would be news to me, to me, if that's the combo, that's an interesting attacking trio. But Holicharan has to sign for them. Let's see if he does. Apart from Japan, Korea, which new Asian country come close? There's none of the new Asian. This is the usual suspects, right? We're talking about Iran. We're talking about Saudi. We're talking about Qatar. Those are the usual suspects. Sir, in 2013, U17 BRICS Cup, Vinny Jr. and Komal Tatal both scored a goal, and now we can see with Vinny Jr.'s where Komal. Yeah, Nishan, that's the reality, right? Soccer effects. What do you think about Manolo now? Is there any chances of improvements? Do you think that Mumbai and East Bengal can do wonders in ACL? To answer your second question, I don't think so. The ACL 2 is going to be a very, very tough league. So for me, any East Bengal first of all has to qualify. So that's the first step that they have to take. So that's in itself a challenge. So I hope East Bengal can fulfill that. And then otherwise the league is tough. With Manolo, I want to see a pragmatic approach, from Manolo. I want to see him do the right things. Most probably he'll stick to the 4-2-3-1 system. Most probably he'll stick to a lot of players that he knows. They're already part of the team. I don't see a revolution. I want an evolution, let's say, small little changes, but I hope he does it, and then he can, let's see where it does. How is Shahan Banerjee of East Bengal? A Kishore, talented player who needs to step up. As all these young players, they have a few good games, and then where are they? Can they step up? Can they take the next step? Like, share, subscribe, join. Thank you, Guardiola. Thank you very much. Thank you, not only you, but everyone who's supporting me. And those of you who haven't, please subscribe, like, and of course, share, and let's grow the community. Or now, why club owners do not understand after losing crores and money still, putting focus on youth development, grassroots. Kumar, short-term success. What? A lot of people will say, what's the thing of investing and waiting for something to happen in 10 years where I don't know if that it will happen in 10 years or not. That's the opinion of certain people. Is it right? No, in my opinion, not. But that's the opinion of a lot of owners, not only in India, but around world football. Uzbekistan, yeah, did very, very well against Spain today in the Olympics. You have an insight on Usuda Anand Augustin, the new signing of Intakashi? STM? No, not really. Saw the name, but would have to dig up something about him to tell you. Wait one second. Let me just check something, then maybe I'll have something for you where I can find something. Maybe I can find something on him, but I think I will not find anything on him. Yeah, exactly. I have to find something and then speak to you about it. Let's see. How do you rate the club? JDT, Johor, Darul Tasim. Malaysian club, Guardiola, good team, great support. So therefore, for me, yeah, that's something that I would say about JDT, the team that Bangalore had defeated in 2016 to reach the AFC Cup final. The difference with ISF foreigners, Indian players, the system they brought huge difference or individual brilliance. They bring a system, they bring tactical knowledge, their individual brilliance, they bring everything, Murali, all of this. Is Rohit Dano a natural striker? Rohit, no. I would rather say Rohit Dano to me as a winger. Rachid, good evening, sir. YouTube showed me ad for your live stream. Are we officially monetized? Okay. They showed you an ad. Wow. Okay. I wouldn't know that, but if that's the case, great. Lovely. Manolo, how will handle the national team club together? Answer me. Sanskar, how he'll handle it, we'll have to wait and see. That's the challenge. But, he's an experienced coach, so let's wait and see what he can do. Or now that can you read Bangla script? Guardiola has written his profile name in Bangla. Yes, Moinok, I can do that. What do you make of Cabras's new centre back? Ligue 2 player, comes from the second tier of French football, experienced player. So yeah, let's see if he can do. I mean, they've been, Cedric Lombard is someone I remember in the first season, very influential. So therefore, French centre back. Let's see. Icon Loan, welcome back. And to answer directly your questions, no, I thought Mumbai, as I said in the last few days, would announce their foreign centre back, but they haven't done it so far. So let's wait and see. Can East Bengal qualify for in ACL Tour? They have to play a qualifying match first, as far as I know. Soccer Fix, they have to play a qualifier. And to me, that's not easy. So let's see if they can get to the group stage. Tough one at home on the 14th of next month. So let's hope East Bengal achieve that. Will BFC do something good this time? It's to me, let's see. I'm really interested to see if BFC can turn it around this time, and I'm interested to see what style Gerard Saragossa play. What kind of football his team plays. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Nicolaus, Toral, Changte, Vikram, Brandon, super duper team and lesser money than Mon Bagan, super giant pit. Yeah, Sanskar. What's the reason behind BFC's downfall? Oh, Guardiola, that's too many coach changes, I would say. In a short span of time, they've changed their coach too often. That would be for me a reason to say, that's why DFC haven't done as well as they have done in the past. I think that's one of those challenges. And let's see if Zaragoza is able to give them that stability, and changes also in the squad. So therefore, let's wait and see. Why low budget ISL clubs don't sign African Central Asian players? If they create a good scouting method, they might find some good quality players. Palash, Central Asian players rarely want to come to India these days, and those who come are more of I-League quality. And African players, yeah, they're coming. The good ones, once in a while, they're coming. But the focus is these days shifted in the transfer market to Europe and to South America. Yes, I think he would have a good player if injury not happened to him. Pujarius, any differences? Yasir is a good player, yeah, but again, another one of those who I would hope that he could get to the another level, which he hasn't. That's the challenge, I think, with him and with many players. And Pujari Yasir, Mohammad Yasir is more of an attacking player, out and out attacking player, and Pujari, of course, has been turned into a right back. So therefore, that's the biggest difference between two. Al Jassim of Iraq to Como, is it an Asian football growing sign? No, Renil. I mean, the point is that Asian players have been going to Europe for the last 40 plus years. Since the late 70s, players have been signing in Europe. Bumkun Shah signed in Germany, Upedera signed in Germany in the late 70s, early 80s. So therefore, you have had these players, and therefore, yeah, it's something, therefore, let's wait and see what happens. I think some players improved tremendously under Iga. What's your thoughts? Results in Qatar, Kuwait, Jordan, Iraq were not easy to achieve. Guardiola, give me the names, please. Because I don't see any player who's improved. The Qatar result, yes, but that was 5 years ago. And Kuwait, I was there. I was not impressed. Lebanon, I saw, I wasn't impressed. Yes, Iraq was a good game, but that to me was a one-off, and I thought Iraq wasn't good that day. I saw Iraq in the Asian Cup; they were a much better side. So I don't see, I don't see that. I wouldn't agree with that. ISA clubs not much interested in Middle East countries players. They only run A-League players, and for that in Asian competition, they not perform well. What's your thoughts? Kishore, why would a Middle Eastern player come to India? Simple question. This is also a question you need to understand. It's not just, oh, listen, we want to go this way, I want to go that way. There are players who might be willing to come to India, and there are a lot of players who will not be willing to come to India for different reasons. So therefore, you might find, for example, Kroma last season, Tahir Kroma came to Mumbai City, a Syrian player. You've had Iranians playing, you've had Iraqis playing, but that is rather rare. You will not get a Qatari, you will not get a Saudi, you will not get an Emirati playing in our league. Because first of all, we don't pay enough, and they've got other options. Do you think Kerala not winning trophy is surprised, or too many changes or package missing? They're not a winning team. The winning mentality is missing with the Blasters, I feel. So how any low-budget team will win Shield in the ISL? Sanskar, you have to be creative. You have to be creative. You have to try and find, a gem of players who will, for one season, give you that difference. Look at Delhi FC. Delhi FC, I'm saying Punjab FC in Delhi, right? Mehdi Talal. With a little bit of more luck, in 1 or 2 games, they could have gotten into the top 6. So therefore, you have to have a little of luck. East Bengal players started to pick up injuries even before season starts. Nishu, Shayan, Naseeb, and now Nanda and Hijazi. Monok, that is very worrying. And then I need to ask the question in regard to what are you doing in preseason? That would be my question to Carlos and his coaching staff. So therefore, to me, yeah, that's the question. And Nishu seems to be serious. Could be out for a while. And the others one has to see. So therefore, yeah, let's see what happens. Guardiola, the amount of salary Mohamed Subhajan gives to Aussies, I believe if they take Brazilian players from Brazil of that salary, they will be a formidable team. Will Brazilians for that money come to India? Would be my question. Guardiola, very simple. Now, with any idea Kerala Blasters FC to Mohun Bagan Super Giants swap deal? Yes, there have been talks about it. but it's not clear if anything is happening. It seems to be a defender, be it either Pritam Kotal or Hormi Pam. It looked initially. Then there seemed to be Deepak Tangri going the other way. Now might be Ashik. Not clear. Might happen, but at the moment, no confirmation. Xavier from both Kolkata playing Asian competition. Which side is more prepared as Isma played friendly and Mumbai still not started practice? See, Xavier, you have to see that East Bengal has to play the qualifiers and they're starting on the 14th of August. So therefore, to me, they've started earlier. And Mohun Bagan will start, later this week. So that's how both the teams in a different way are planning, preparing their season. And let's wait and see what happens in the end, what they can do. Manvir Liston really improved by hitting sixes in the national team. Yeah, who knows? Manolo Marcus ka salary kitna hai? Dhriman, I know a figure, but again, it's not public. That's why we'll not talk about it. Any update? Northeast United FC 6 funds signing Dhriman at the moment, nothing. East Bengal preseason season looks like injured players season. Yeah, let's wait and see. And again, to me, too many injuries at the moment. So let's wait and see how they sort it out. During Constant Tenor, Udanta used to be instrumental to national teams. After he departed, we started to witness his downfall. Constantly even used Kohli, Thapa, and JJ in a very effective way. Monak, I think if you look at the first as well as the second stint of Stephen Constantine, I thought Stephen did a very, very good job with India. And people were talking about style and this and that and everything. But again, he got us the results. And at the end of the day, England got to a Euro final. Will in 5 years, 10 years, anyone question how England got to the Euro final? This is not the first time. Like last time around, they also played a lot of these games to get to the Euro final. So therefore, results matter the most in football at the end of the day. If that's your thought, then for example, Idols Qatar market capital showing 5 crore around, that's much in is ready to pay more. Yeah, but Al Haidos, will he come to India? Sure. He'll never come to India. Why would he come to India? So therefore, again, and all these market values are to me are BS. You have to try and find your ratio player. So therefore, for me, makes no sense. And no Qatari, as I said, no Qatari, no Saudi, no Emirati player will come to a league. They will not even go to Japan or Korea. They will not go outside the Middle East. Chennai release in Suvacic made the defense weak. I feel okay. Morali, Tom Aldred is coming tomorrow at 8:15 in the morning. So another Aussie joining Mohun Bagan. Should Mohun Super Giants send Prodigy like Soilbat to other club and done a buyback clause like PSG does with their young prospects? So it's really a gem already at the age of 18. Guardiola. Do you really think that Sohail Bhatt is a gem? That would be my question. Because I would have said there have been other players in the last few years who I would have rated higher than him. So therefore, I would like to see if he can do that. And he's 19 officially. So I don't know. I don't rate him that highly. Crivellaro through ball, just freak to watch your thoughts on that. Crivellaro, Morali was one of the best playmakers that I've seen in this league. So therefore, let's wait and see. Minavasi won the Gothic Cup last year for U13, I believe. Is that a tough achievement? I saw the whole final match and those kids looked much better than opponents. Road, yes, they did win it, but they did not win the E grade A category Gothia Cup. So just to give a reality check to things. Atix Karablastas signed League 2 Alexandre Coef. Yes, he did. And please don't spam whatever you put in, not only to you, to everyone, just put it in once. I'm reading everything that you're trying to put out, except if it's something which I shouldn't be reading out. Suhail is now 19. Yes, exactly. Sanskar John Toral can play right wing, left mid, right mid, attacking mid. Yeah, capable player. Will this season Super Cup played same as last season or changed to two-leg knockouts cup, or will name be changed to Federation Cup? Save it. That's just one of those, to me, which we don't know. The FF still is not informed. Again, there are budgetary issues. The AFF wants to play it as a one-leg knockout, so one of the two teams would have a home game. But I haven't heard anything at the moment. Who would be? Would it be the Super Cup? Would it be the Federation Cup? I think everyone is still waiting to hear from the AFF what kind of format are they going to utilize, and which of the two tournaments is going to be the tournament. So that's one of those questions that we'll see coming up. So therefore, let's wait and see. Thanks, Atish. As I said, only once, and I will try and read it. But he's scoring goals in each game. I can't name any pure striker like him in that age. Guardiola, he's playing CFL. We were speaking about David last season, right? David, how many matches in the end did he play and score in the I-League? And now he's gone to East Bengal. So a reality check, the CFL standard, if I'll be rude, I'll say, listen, if I was 15 years younger and I did a little training, I could have played CFL. That's the level of our football, guys. That's the worrying part. So therefore, if you are playing well in the CFL, it means nothing, in my opinion. You have to show it at a higher level. Did he do the same thing at RFDL? Couldn't. Who will Dun Cup 2024 according to you? Atish, let's see what kind of squads the teams put in. A lot of teams are saying that they'll put in weaker squads, and maybe in the knockouts they'll strengthen their teams. So let's get to that stage, and then we can talk about who will win, because again, it's start of the season. A lot of changes in the squads. Therefore, let's wait and see. Any other domestic inclusion to Mohun Bagan? Polosh, you must have heard today that that Dheeraj Singh has joined Mohun Bagan. So yeah, that's a second goalkeeper. So that's a signing. And I said, I think Mohun Bagan is in the market for a centre back, an Indian centre back, but they haven't found anyone so far. Player development process destroyed India achieving next level. Okay, Murali. What do you think about East Bengal's prospects in the upcoming season? Restroom, I feel East Bengal is a much stronger squad than last year. They've done some very, very good signings. Diamantakos, Merita Lal, Jikson. That part of the field seems to be covered. Now, if they can sort out their defense. But at the other point to me is something where I say, the injuries. We're talking a little earlier about injuries. East Bengal has picked up quite a number of injuries. So that's going to be the interesting one, is how fit are your players, and how can you keep your team, let's see how it is. Sorry, guys. As always, those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Sorry. Like this video, more people can join us in our conversations, and and share it as well amongst friends who could be interested in football. So, and those of you who are following and coming regularly, thanks a lot. Always fun to have these interactions. How do you rate Duka? I thought he had decent. Well, Yunus Duka was a good player. Did well. But again, in the end, the team didn't get into the playoffs. I want the season Super Cup to be the last edition of it. I want Federation Cup back. Glorious. Palash, let's wait and see. I'd love the Federation Cup to also come back. Maybe it might come back this season, and therefore let's wait and see what happens, if it's going to be the Super Cup, or let's see. He had a goal against, I believe, West Ham in the RFDL last season. But again, nice. What has he done after that? When he got his chances in the ISL, did he put the ISL, set the field on fire? No, he didn't. That's the thing, Guardiola. You have to see, Lamine Yamal at 16 is playing for Barcelona in Spain. Where is that kind of a talent in India? That's my question. Your thoughts on Peter Katke signing young guns in Mumbai City Olympics, except a few big names? I think Mumbai is strategically is trying to build a team, and Peter Katke has done that and is doing that again. And then let's see what he can do. To me, let's see what he can get out of these players. Jayesh Rane is a good example. Got a lot out of him last season. Now, can he do the same with the Hitesh Sharma, Daniel Lalempuya, Sahil Panwar? There are multiple players. Xavier Shumit Rathi at Mohun Bagan not getting playing time in CFL and senior team on bench only. Your thoughts? To me, a sad example of a player who was the young player of the season a few seasons back in the ISL. But again, stayed with Mohun Bagan all these years, or stayed with ATK and then with Mohun Bagan all these years, and has not, for me, needs to decide for himself. Does he want to stay there, or does he maybe look for another challenge? I guess not ISL, most probably in the I-League. That's for me what I think what he needs to do. What are the top 3 best professionally run ISL teams? To me, it was most probably would be Mumbai City would be amongst them, FC Goa and Bangalore FC. I think Diamantakos is better than Jay McLaren. Okay, Oyon, we will see which one is better amongst those two. Do you think South region growing slowly compared to other parts of the world right now? See, nowhere. See, we are growing, but the others are growing, or I wouldn't say growing, I would say improving faster than us. I think that's the challenge for the South region, that we need to improve quicker, faster, and try and get the best out of this region. So therefore, with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka now bringing in players of origin, I think that's a very, very good sign, which is a good challenge for the region. So let's see. I think we're improving, but too slow. Do you think people focuses on political stuffs here rather than developing game here? Yeah, Renan. I would say one of the biggest problems, politics and personal interest. People sell us that they want to do stuff for Indian football, but they actually do it for themselves. That's my biggest concern. Therefore, those who haven't watched, I've created a video on the rumblings, turmoil in the AFF. That's something which is going to happen. Let's see. Kishore, KFC taking their preseason in Thailand. What about others? Indian clubs like Mumbai, they used to take preseason training outside. I remember Mumbai played some matches in UAE clubs. The Blasters have been quick. Let's see what the others do. They also last year went to the UAE, I remember. So therefore, Mohun Bagan looks unlikely. I think Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, with their commitments in the Dur and CFL, are stuck. Let's see what happens. Sorry. Which Indian and ISL foreigners you enjoyed watching? Murali, that would be a long list. If I would say players of the last 10 years, there would be tons of them who I've loved watching. There have been loads of players who have been. Dheeraj joining Mohun Bagan Super Giant, what's your view on that? Another talent waste and becoming bench player. Again, Dheeraj has been in that difficult state. I mean, he was with ATK in the past. He went across to Goa, became the number 1, then lost the spot last season, got the spot back, didn't play well towards the end. I think that Mumbai match, that semi-final first leg was, Dheeraj made a few mistakes in that. Let's wait and see. The question again for him was, where do I go? And he's chosen to go to Mohun Bagan Super Giant and be understudy to Vishal Keth. Let's see what he does. Why State FA can select your club and sponsor foreign coaches for you 13 and 15? Vishnu, as nice as the idea might sound to you, the problem will be if the State FA says, I am sponsoring coaches for XYZ club and I'm not giving it to the rest. you'll have conversations of nepotism, this thing, and other things. And the FAs, state FAs, are not there to generate money to bring in coaches or players or other things for the clubs. The clubs have to generate it themselves. Young lads should join I-League, not IS, at least before 22. Guardiola, nice thought. But with the money around, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds will join ISL teams. So Mumbai FC, Goa FC, and Bangalore FC do good youth development, U13, U15, 17, etc. I didn't say that. I was asked about the best run clubs. And, about this, all of these teams are trying to set it up, but it's not the finished product. That's the problem. Mumbai City FC, FC Goa, and Bangalore FC, yeah, amongst the better ones. Kerala Blasters can be named as well. They're doing good, but let's wait and see. Kerala Blasters next signing update. Ira Kante, nothing to report. You saw you have Koef as your new centre back, and there is something so therefore, let's wait and see. Do you think our youngsters not getting enough time because of quality, or they're not ready? Sometimes it is quality, sometimes they're not ready, sometimes it's both. Timmy play better than Jason, so he can beat Jamie also, because Jamie equal to Jason. Sanskar, let's wait. Again, all these speculative things, I don't know, doesn't work for me. Can Sanjeev Goenka buy a 6th division club in Spain, send some of the young players to that team? How's the idea? It won't work. Will not work. Nice thought. He won't do it. That's the problem. Mr. Joy, you should consider using a separate microphone. The mic you have on your EPs is below average quality. Rohit, I don't know, but to me, the sound is good. I don't know what the others are saying. And there are AirPods, so that's amongst the best quality that you can get in the market. So, yeah. Which football team in the world underachiever compared to their potential apart from Belgium? England. England would be most probably the ones. Mumbai City 6-1 Kerala Blasters. Mumbai City 3-2 comeback 5-3 4-1 against Esco. Every time Dheeraj was goalkeeper, now he joins. Mohammad Sujans or Mohammad Laksham going to Mohammad Superjan. Let's wait and see. The aim of Sanjay Golkar is not to develop players. He wants fame and revenue through his teams, and Spanish 6th Division club won't give him. LSG is there for revenue and for fame. Mohun Bagan, Supergiant, and LSG. Harry Maguire, I agree with your first part. Does he want fame? What fame does he get from a football team? That would be my first question. I understand the IPL fame part and also the money part. And the revenue part is, in football, he's losing money. So that is not flying for me. That there's no logic to that. So therefore, it doesn't work. I mean, if he wanted fame, I don't know, he could spend that money in a different way and would get fame in a much easier way. I think. I don't know. I might be wrong, but that's my thought process and feeling. Apart from money, infrastructure, we respect ISL done good job and neglected badly. The quality of football needs to be better, right? That's the thing. But I said also broadcasting has become better with the ISL over the last 10 years. Sanskar Goenka will buy 6th division club because he wants to win trophy that value, and 4 division trophies has less trophies. Let's see. Your thoughts on going issue European Players Association taking league action if you regarding the schedule? Murali, let's wait and see. Again, the Players Association does have a point with the number of matches increasing, but the question is, then are the players ready to say, listen, I will earn, let's say, 20% less salary? It's a vicious cycle, right? You have to earn more money to be able to play the players, and if you want to earn more money, so therefore for me, yeah, who stops the cycle we talk about in Indian football? To me is let's wait and see what happens. Your thoughts on Parthiv Gugu? I feel he has a good partnership with Vikram in the attack, but he hasn't gotten a chance in the national side. Rohit, the last few times, either he wasn't picked or he was injured. So let's hope he's fit the next time and that Igor Stimac can then not pick him at his time. And rather, let's see if Manolo now can pick him. So therefore, let's wait and see. September, not too far away. Let's see how many players, which players get into the first ever Manolo Marquez India squad. Harry, not many investors spend 70 crores for a team. Very, very true. Guardiola, I think that's one of those things which one has to pay respect to Mr. Goenka, that he is spending that much of money on a football team. I think that's something which needs to be complimented, because that's something which is which is something which is not many people are doing it, and he's been doing it for 10 years. And if you add up his losses, then that's quite a bit of money that Mr. Goenka has lost over the last 10 years as an investor in the Indian Super League. Do you think we're really going to play near 49 team in September? As per reports, I don't think the possibility this time it's later. Maybe Russia is the only team to be approved. Harry Maguire, Russia is banned, so that's one. So therefore, FIFA window. And 49 team, what's the value for us? We don't have the money. Why? Who would want to play us? So therefore, I don't know where these reports come from. Anyway, but I mean, AFF has said, right, we're trying to play a team from Africa and from Oceania, and they would likely be ranked below us. So I don't know where these rumors come from. Do you think USA developed a decent team over the years, apart from Disaster Copa? Is their grassroots good, or player playing big leagues? The USA has amongst the best grassroots sports, forget just football, in general around the world. And yes, they've got a lot of players playing in the big leagues across Europe. But what's the point of spending 40 crore when you're 40 crore not getting back, or your quality not increase that much that you spend on that football? Sanskar, that's a question that you need to ask Mr. Goenka. I don't know. He's, for me, that's what I'm saying, huge respect. I mean, if you add it up, most probably the man has lost about 400 crores over the last 10 years on Indian football. So he's still doing it. My respect, certainly, that he's doing it. On not only him, but all others who are doing it and who've been doing it, who run clubs across levels. I think Punjab has taught other teams how to build a good team with better scouting. But Raj, we'll have to wait and see. I would like to see it, Russia played SAF U17 after being banned. I want to ask if there's FIFA which have banned Russia, and is this ban even applied on friendlies? I think under 17 nobody looked, but I think at senior level it would be an issue. And again, I think it doesn't. Yeah, again, let's not get into this whole Russia discussion again. Right, those of you who haven't, so therefore for me, those of you who haven't, please leave a like, share this video, subscribe to arunfoot, those of you who haven't. So those of you who are following will join the discussion. Thank you very much, guys. Always a pleasure to have these evening discussions. Yes, 1,348. So maybe we at least get to the 1,350 tonight. So therefore, let's see what happens. FIFA posted clash in Russia is due to political reason or any violation they committed. Does FIFA involve political issues? Normally, FIFA or sporting, again, it's not a FIFA ban, it's rather an IOC ban, International Olympic Association, therefore FIFA also extended that ban. UEFA has a ban on them, and yeah. The best athletes do not play football. American football, basketball, baseball get the best athletes. Outside football get the next best. Rohit, where does this assumption of yours come from? That the best don't play football. Football is in America the biggest grassroots sport. So it will get also some of the best talent. And therefore, You're naming American football, basketball, baseball. You forget ice hockey, football, other smaller sports, athletics, swimming. America is big in every sport. So Guardiola, but my only complaint to Mohamed Superjan is that with that much spending, they haven't developed a single player. Please make a world-class Candid contenders. We will reach to semis of ACL. Yeah, even if you make a world-class academy in 10 years ACL, we're not even playing ACL in 10 years. Indian clubs at the moment, the level we're playing, will play ACL too. So how are you going to get to semis? I know it's an excitement. I agree with you that I've said that also in the last few days. But I would, as Mohamed Super Giant, with that much of spending, 5 to 10 crores every year should go towards grassroots and youth development. But I don't see that, right? So therefore, Rahul Beke is currently best centre back if Jingan is injured and Anwar get banned, or you put any other back for round. Sanskar, even if Jingan is fit and even if Anwar is fit, I would say, to me, Rahul Beke last season convinced me that he was the best Indian centre back, period. Hello, Manu Marcus. Welcome back. Or should I say, it goes too much. SDM, hi. What do you recommend the playing formation for Indian football team after matches? Recommend at least 2 or 3. SDM, I would recommend 1, and that would be 4-2-3-1. That's what Manolo mainly plays. So therefore, 4-2-3-1 would be, I think, the formation. Promotion of I-League teams is better for ISL as they are making good teams with lower budget. That is what I'm trying to say. Are they? I didn't think so. I think Punjab got caught out and then in the winter had to do a lot of buying, right? So, doesn't work. ISL standard is much higher. Despite being such a big landmass, how does the US have good grassroots compare Aspire Academy? How do you rate US Academy? USA is not academy, it's not centralized. It is regional. It is local. That's the strength of the United States. Not football, it's soccer in USA. Yes, Guardiola, very, very right. Manolo Marquez, Uzbekistan gave a tough fight to Spain. I think they're going to US in 2026. I would hope so. I would wish it for Uzbekistan. I think they're, as I've said, the Uzbeks are one of those teams who've underperformed in Asian football over the last 20, 30 years since they've been in Asian football. 10 years is very short period. Minute 30 years will remain for an coming ASL playoff. Let's see, Sanskar. Harry Maguire, why is Australia very underrated in doing as a sporting country? They do well in each and every sport. In Olympics, they're decent in Commonwealth. They're top contenders in cricket, hockey. They're top level. Do you think, Harry Maguire, that Australia is underrated as a sporting nation? I don't think so. I think Australia has sporting respect around the world. I would think. I don't know. I might be wrong, but maybe you guys, add your thoughts and ideas on this. But to me, I think Australia is one of those top sporting countries, and duly they are. Sanskar, Punjab put foreign, then an ISL level team, but you only can't Indian players, then even I-League team can beat them. Yeah, most probably. Most probably, if you don't have the foreigners, I think the foreigners are the difference makers in this league. And therefore, it is very, very clear that you will need to bring in the right foreigners to be able to challenge in the ISL. And that's something that Punjab FC have done. If you see the foreigners, very good foreigners. And in the winter, they brought in, they were better. USA also has great collegiate system, which is great fallback option for amateur level sports person. They can get a good education while playing a sport. Yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very different than in Europe. But again, education and sports is something which works in the US very, very well. And that's something which is very, very special in the North American system compared to how sports is run in Europe or in other parts of the world, and therefore, Netherlands underrated in sports. Sanskar, again, another country which I wouldn't say. I mean, if you look at it, Summer Olympics, they'll have They are in team sports, they're good. Individual sports, they're good. Winter Olympics, they have, especially with skating, they're very, very good. So therefore, I think the Netherlands also, maybe in an Indian context, they might be underrated, but India knows the Netherlands as one of the top nations in hockey, field hockey, right? So therefore, and we know how good Ajax is, how good the Netherlands is. They were in the semis of the Euros. So I would not say that, the Netherlands are, again, I live in Germany. So therefore, for me, I know a bit of the Netherlands. The Netherlands is just an hour away from me, but yeah, I wouldn't underrate the Netherlands. Manolo Marcus, I'm not getting a feeling about appointment. Manolo, that hush, we are sorted. What's your feeling? Yeah, actually, I've got that same feeling as well. I thought there are better potential coaches, I think, in that could have been signed, could have been brought in. And nobody looked at them. I think the AFF, again, as we've discussed, I think went for the safe option. And is the safe option your best option? Again, safe option and cheap option in that way. Manolo not being a cheap coach, but I think, so therefore, I don't know. I'm not convinced at the moment. Yeah, if you want to hear that, I'm not convinced, because I said that towards the end of last season. I felt he was falling into that sort of Manolo trap, and Manolo was falling into that Seamuch trap of talking about, I've got injuries, I've got this, I've got that, blah, 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 and then trying to explain why his team is not working, and therefore I don't like that. I think a person or any media need to question Goenka, otherwise we'll make 100 crore team, but we'll remain still same level. Sanskar, go ahead and ask him. I don't know if he'll answer you. And if the journalist asks you, I don't know if he'll answer it. He doesn't need to answer your or my question on that. That's the other thing. There is no compulsion for Mr. Goenka to explain why he's spending that much of money. No need. He doesn't need to explain it to me, and he doesn't explain it to you. Something that's a reality, and we'll have to live, and you need to work around it. Rohit, you're right. Soccer in USA is played broadly at young age, but in high school and college, kids gravitate towards playing football, basketball, and baseball due to stardom. They get playing those sports. I think they don't gravitate to it because if you are in college, you already in school decide which sports you're going to take up. So if you're a good footballer, you can't then say, you know what, I'm going to play baseball or I'm going to play basketball, because you at a young age you need to focus on those sports. But therefore, I wouldn't agree to this point that you have. And again, stardom, football, you can be a super. Look at the whole Messi thing. Messi in the US is as big as any American sports star. Do you think there should be a league format followed in ISL till they're not my team like 16 and like they play 3 matches against each other, making total of 30, making calendar better? Hannah McGuire, we will now have 13 teams and we have the ISL playoffs. So for me, triple round doesn't work. If we had 12 teams or if we're 10 teams, yes, we could do that. What's your opinion on Kerala Super League franchise based? Indian football, I am waiting to see what happens to Kerala Super League or Super League Kerala, how you're going to call it. Is it going to happen the way they're thinking? There are a lot of questions still to be answered. So therefore, I know a lot of people are spending a lot of money, but is that going to work? I have my doubts. What happened, Kotal to Mohanbagan deal? Sanskar, they were spoken, but they've reached no agreement. Uzbekistan giving tough fight to Spain because of their strong grassroots or long-term structure development? Both. Long-term structure development grassroots is part of that long-term structure development, Murali. Is Vikram sent by Mumbai for training to Man City first, or he went on his own? Mumbai City sent him over there to be able to, experience something of a higher level than he's used to in India and in the Indian Super League. So therefore, I think for Vikram, it's a good thing to have gone to City and experience something which is interesting for a player like him. experience something like that, I think helps him. So therefore, to me, that's a good sign that he's gone there, and hopefully he learns something from that. And now, sir, do you watch series and movies in which genre? Manolo, I like, for example, documentaries, sporting documentaries or football documentaries. So I'm watching the new season of Welcome to Wrexham at the moment. I love sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, stuff like that. I love crime, but yeah, so different genres, not a fixed one. So, yeah, that's what I like. Well, as I said and repeat again, those of you who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot. Those of you who haven't, if you like the video here, share it. Let's grow the community. Also, I did a video earlier today. Is there trouble brewing at the AFF, and what is the state of affairs at the All India Football Federation? That was a video which I've done. Please do have a look at it. I think there is, so therefore, yeah, support, and thanks a lot for the support that you're giving me. Marcus, midfield, Apuya, Jigson, Brandon, the most balanced and best one. Most likely at the moment, yes. For me, it's something. I can live with that midfield. I think that's amongst the best we can get. Marvel or DC? For me, it's Marvel. Brandon is best attacking mid, or you any other attacking mid last season? Yeah, most probably. So for me, Brandon Fernandez would have been the best. Yeah, I think so. Ronaldo, do you play chess? Deepan, I used to play as someone when I was younger, but time is an issue, and so much of football to look at and watch. So no, I don't get the chance to play a sport like chess. How do you see our under 17 player playing German club, or they up to mark? Was a good export. German club didn't take us seriously. Our players are not good enough to play under 17 Germany in the league, no. So out of the question, morally, at the moment. What has New Zealand done to get to where they are now? Once they were closer to us and perform, not youth and grassroots, now they are undefeatable Oceania. They play World Cup teams and do well at regular basis. Harry Maguire, they've just done the basics right. I think that's the thing. You've mentioned youth and grassroots. I think as I repeat it till the end. Grassroots, youth. You have to focus on coaching and on competitions. Those are, if you at the bottom of the pyramid, that's the key. If you can do that, that will give you mid to long term results. But nobody in Indian football, a lot of people don't care about long term results, right? Even at in the baby leagues or baby blue cubs, whatever you want to call that grassroots program, or even in the under 13, under 15, under 17, it's about winning. It's not about player development. That is something, that mentality change needs to happen. That is the biggest challenge in Indian football. Adian, upcoming matches of Indian football team. September matches not confirmed. October, India play Vietnam and Lebanon. Which club do you support in ISL? STM, I support Mumbai City Football Club as well as Punjab Receive because I've worked for both of these entities. How do you rate Bob Houghton? Kishore, the best we've had. Yeah, I would say Bob was special, was something extraordinary, and my favorite coach, that I have seen over the last 25, 30 years of Indian football. Bob is something special and always great when he was there. Mumbai City best one player, I would say at the moment to me, Yoel Fanif. Bad decision by Dheeraj. Manolo, it's again, the question is, where can he go? Is there see, for me, The question is, where can Dheeraj go and be number one? And after the mistakes, and he's had those mistakes now for 3-4 years, which team will take him and make him their number one? That is the real challenge for him, right? That's where can you get in and where will people take you and that make you the number one? That's the challenge. So therefore, for me, yeah. So again, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, and again, Mohan Bagan Supergiant were looking for number two. They got it in him. So therefore, let's hope the best for him. But again, if Vishal Keth is fit, I don't see him playing. Mumbai City FC best foreign centre back TD for Royston or any other player? Yeah, it would be amongst those guys, certainly to be named, yeah. In the US, the best athletes play multiple sports in high school. Michael Jordan played baseball, basketball, and American football in high school. He chose to play basketball in college. Rohit, I think these days are different because nowadays you specialize earlier in life. It's not as easy. Chobe said he will make committee and exco meeting and meeting done, but no committee made for negotiations with the FSDL. No. Again, I don't know if you've seen my video. I've done a video on the situation in the AFF. Do watch it. I think that explains a lot what the current situation is within the AFF. So therefore, is there something brewing at the AFF? I did something in the morning, watch that video, and then I think that gives you maybe a little insight on what the situation is in the federation. So yeah, do watch it and enjoy. I think that video explains a little bit on what I feel are the issues within the All India Football Federation at the moment. I think it's a very tricky one and doesn't make it easy. And for me, and therefore for me, we need to get the work done. It's nice to talk about things and we'll do this, we'll do that. And I've said that in the video as well. We're creating too many committees, but we're not getting the results. This is the most boring time with no club football and national team football. Yeah, Deepa, and again, yes and no, because the Euros were there. Some of you might have watched Copa, and today the Olympic football started directly with the scandal between Argentina and Morocco. So let's wait and see. The Olympics are on now. Any sweet memories do you have in India? One thing that you miss Germany compared to India? I'm a foodie. I love food, but it's not just an Indian thing. I think there are parts in the world where I love their local food, and especially in Kolkata, where my family is from. Street food in Kolkata is something which I love and which you don't get elsewhere. So therefore, yeah, that's the most important thing that I most miss. Monok, my house in Zandam was just opposite to river during sunny days. So many people used to practice a sport like rowing. You won't believe, not even mentioning the culture of football and running. Monok, but that's the thing, right? That's the thing with the Dutch, with people around the world, that sports is a culture, and you can't put it in there. Punjab would have been choice for Dheeraj. They have problem of goalkeeper. No other team, I think, as number one goal choice problem. Harry Maguire, again, maybe approached, maybe didn't want to go. Again, maybe it was money in the end. Again, I don't know what the reason was. How much do you trust that Manuel Marquez can bring any change in Indian football? Aryan, I hope he brings change. I think I have hope. And he'll have to convince me, because the challenge of coaching a club and a country is quite a big one, and I want to see him to be successful, but I'm not sure if he can deliver on what what we need. And the thing is, yeah, I think we'll talk about nepotism and favoritism and all those things, because he's going to pick certain players who are ex players from Hyderabad or current players at Goa. What's your thought on India Khelo football? Khelo India, I don't know. SDM to me, it's like Sai. It's a bureaucratic thing that the government has created. I would rather have the government working together with the football federation at the country level, and the states working together with the state football associations, and then creating programs which cater to that, and not have this sort of national program of sports. I don't know how much of an impact Khelo India can positively make on Indian football, at least. I don't know what about other sports, but I don't see it. From being an AFC Champions League team of season to benchmark, what went wrong for Dheeraj? Can he get back to that performance? Manolo, he has had those mistakes in his game, and he's not been able to get those mistakes out of his system. That's, I think, the main thing. Dheeraj, on the line, is most probably the best keeper we have. But when he has to come out, when he has to clear corners, you see the weaknesses, right? And that's the thing. And he's not, let's see. I would wish him, but again, that Champions League season, of course, also again, Goa had a lot of favors going for them. It was being held in Goa. It was Ramadan. It was COVID. All these factors, and yeah, he needs to get better. Do you think technical director gives importance in player development, youth level, at McDavid and senior level? Again, morally, the technical director in Indian context gives the guidelines. The things have to be implemented by the clubs. So therefore, yes. Sanskar, more is better place to go play, and you will get chance in national team. In national team, if you perform well, that's why Dheeraj gone. But I don't understand why Mohan gone for Dheeraj. Dheeraj was bad in the ISL. Still, Mohan Basu gone. Yeah, he's bad, but again, tell me good goalkeepers you can put as number 2. And the thing is, I think the salary part will be there. So for me, he's gonna be gone there also for that. How do you see Australia in the level of Korea, Japan? Are they achieved their potential? Yeah, Australia has been achieving its potential since they joined the AFC in 2005. So therefore, yeah, they've been going regularly to the World Cup. Dear Navo, good evening. Good evening. Notes to myself. What I feel is the need of a good backup goalkeeper is precarious than need for Anwar. What do you feel? I think for Anwar there is a need, because my question is Mohun Bagan has not signed a foreign defensive midfielder. So the question is if Alberto or Tim Aldred, one of those two guys might be playing in defensive midfield. So there is a need for an Indian centre back. Molna's also responded to under 20 team. That's too much for a person, I guess. Manok, certainly. And I would have, again, it's, yeah, let's see. Northeast United are good scouting, good foreign players, especially last season. Let's wait and see. I think India Khelo football is private. Nah, it's a government thing. It's a central government program, Khelo India. Do you think certain player retired early football without having major injury? I don't know. Germany player who retired early. We've had Philipp Lahm retired at 33. Tony Kroos just retired at 34. So yeah, you do. Any chance of Kerala Super League like league in West Bengal? Vikash, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Question is where and how would you do it? Would it be only Kolkata based? What happens to the CFL? A lot of questions. Mumbai City FC 6-1, Kerala Blasters changed the edge. Yeah, Sanskar, that happened. Monarch's request to you, Manolo Marquez, please change the display pick of Eager to a DP of Manolo. Yeah, maybe that's the warning thing, right? That we might get Igor vibes with Manolo. Maybe that's the point that Manolo Marquez is trying to get across. But I do get what you want, Monok, from him in trying to update his profile picture. What about technical aspects? Centre back are decent or lacking? Most of them are lacking. Again, listen, we don't need to go by position, Murali. We can go all positions. We are lacking in all aspects, technical aspects, tactical aspects, physical aspects, everything. Do you think if Turkey joins AFC Jazeera, they would be one of the best teams there, if not the best, and their league would be the best league if they benefit from it without? Harry Maguire, I don't see Turkey ever joining Asia because you are part of a much, much stronger continental federation, which is Europe. Yes, I think Turkey could be the best. Most probably they would be the best team in Asia. They would most probably be the best also with their club sides. But again, I think Sunil said it the other day very, very nicely that the standard of Messi would drop in India if he played 3 seasons in the ISL. And that's the same thing with Turkey. I think Turkey is only as good because of their affiliation to Europe. No DP will be the same because ego always in our hearts and he's more than Indian than us. Yeah, Manolo Marquez, good sarcasm. How much Pritham can make up the deficit on notes to myself? Pritham, has he signed for Monwagan or have I missed something? I thought the deal is off. Kerala Blasters goalkeeper was better than Dheeraj. If Mohan had gone for him, that would be better than him. Sanskar, but that guy is number 1. Sachin Suresh is number 1. You know? So therefore, Let's see. Vikash, why Bengal Premier League soccer folded in 2013? Yeah, 2012, 13, I think they tried. You know, so yeah. They tried something. They wanted with big stars. Company Kilo Football. Acha, Kilo Football. Again, Kilo Football is something different than Kilo India. You are mixing up two things. I was talking about Kilo India football. Kilo football, I know not enough to be able to judge what they're doing, what they're not doing. There are a lot of these programs. Big Hit is doing a program with the Bundesliga and whatever. I don't know enough about it to be able to judge if that's going to bring any results or something of that sort. I think there should be a minimum 64 teams in the Federation Cup with home and away form. What's your opinion on it? Srichand, if that can be done, great, but that's unlikely. Even if we can do a 32 team home and away for not forget the home and away. I would do a one leg format. We've got too many matches already. That would be more than enough. 64 is too many at this stage. I think 32 would be fine. One leg, I League, ISL, I League, maybe I League 2. That would be the best. I remember in the 2000s when Korea and Japan were playing in World Cup, they would bunker down and just focus on defense, and we're happy to try the game. And should Indian national emphasize defense more than off? No, Rohit. I thought the Koreans and the Japanese always used to have a go at the others and then lost in the end. They would never play defensive football. Even Arshdeep also better than Dheeraj Parmala had always played. Dheeraj that cost ISL Cup final place. Arshdeep also made a mistake. Don't forget he did that mistake. Many against Mohun Bagan that Dimi Petrato's goal. Morocco have beaten Argentina via to the rescue. Yeah, Manolo. Many ISL clubs are scouting partnering with them. SDM, let's see what they do. Again, the scouting to me is generally a problem in Indian football, and that needs to be improved drastically. What can be done to revive Durand Cup? Clubs just take it as pre-season, just like England Carabao Cup is there. Could there be like that in India and the Federation Cup, like FA Cup? See, Carabao Cup. No, I don't think so. We have too many things coming around. The leagues are growing. The Durand Cup needs to be a pre-season, and it needs to be cut shorter. The Durand Cup, to me, with the group stage and knockouts, is too long, too complicated. Needs to be a smaller tournament, in my opinion. Only that will make it better. At least, I think so. I don't know, but in the current format, I feel it's very, very difficult to keep the Durand Cup alive and kicking because I think, it's in this format, it's not working. Anindo, sir, why are you biased towards certain teams, especially when it comes to Mumbai City? This is my opinion after following your last few podcasts. You might think I'm biased, but if I think Mumbai City does something wrong, and I said it in the winter when they played Odisha and they misbehaved, and I clearly said that Mumbai needs to act. Mumbai did. So again, that's your opinion. I try to be unbiased as I can, but yes, to have a liking to Mumbai City, I have. I mean, I was involved in founding the club in 2014. So do I have a soft corner for Mumbai City? Yes. Do I have a soft corner for Punjab because I had set up Brown Glass Punjab? Yes, I do have. But again, that's my opinions, and I think let's see if I'm right or wrong. At the end of the day, I think what I said last season, most of it turned out to be right rather than not. Some people might say that's arrogance. I say that's knowledge and experience. What's the format of the upcoming Federation Cup? Is there the Federation Cup or is there Super Cup? So, Srichan, that's the first question you need to ask, right? If the AFF has still not decided which of the cup competitions will be played and how, I think that's the question that needs to be asked. At the moment, it's not clear. Will it be the Federation Cup or will it be the Super Cup? So let's wait and see what decision the AFF takes on that matter. But at the moment, there is no clarity if it will be the Federation Cup or if it will be the Super Cup. At the moment, it could be anything of those two. and it might be even the Super Cup in the format that it was played last season. So let's wait and see. Prasanjit, welcome back. AFF giving press release regarding U20 preparation, but only results will tell what was actually worked on. Yeah, Prasanjit, you're utterly right, correct. In my opinion, the AFF has come out, of course, with, or will come out, and they've been doing that. They will do that with what's happening in the preparations. To me, we will see in the SAF first and then in the AFC U20 Asian Cup qualifiers what this team is capable of. So, Prasenjit, let's wait and see what happens. Bye. Good night. Also from my side, Manolo Marquez. Good to have you back again, and see you in the next few days. Those of you who are new, who are not following the channel, please subscribe to arunfoot. Those of you who have, thank you for that. Those of you who haven't, please like this video, share this video. Let's grow the community. And as always, thank you for the support that I get, and that we, as I always say, grow the community. And you know, so therefore, let's wait and see what happens. And yeah, let's see how Indian football hopefully does progress in the years to come. Mumbai City FC have not given a reason for that. Also, a reason why now is offside or Biofan has not do well in his owner's question is a club and management. Thanks, Sanskar. Again, I will question any team, and I know that there are certain sets of fans who don't like their clubs to be questioned. You know, and if I'm fine with that. If you think I'm this, I'm that, I don't have a problem. I try to be, I am as honest as I can be. And I say, I don't know everything. I can't know everything. Nobody can. I know that there are people who say they know everything. Indian football is so big. Indian football is so complex that you can't know everything. And for me, I try to be as honest as I am. And if Mumbai City doesn't do something good, I say that. And I said that Mumbai City at the moment have done a good job in the transfers, but I still think we're short a player in defensive midfield, an Indian player. So that's the thing. And an Indian centre back. So these are two things which you need to work out. So yeah, but if they do a good job, I'll say that. And I've said that about other teams as well. So I'm fine. Percent, I really want them to qualify this time, as we can't get easier draw than this. Prasenjit, let's see how good we are. Like you, I would love us to qualify for the first time since 2006 for the AFC U20 Asian Cup, but let's see what the qualifiers have in store for us. Who is Marcus Magolao and how he predicts everything before it happens to Indian football? Kishore, very simply, Marcus is a long-time journalist with the Times of India, and he's been a reporter, I don't know for how many years. And so he has his links, he has his contacts, people inform him, people let him know. So it's nowadays, I think it's more that people let him know than he has to call up people and get info, and then he shares those information. East Bengal ground condition was pathetic in today's match. Prasenjit, this is going to happen when you're playing matches on natural grass during the monsoons. This is what has been Kolkata football for 100+ years. This is the main season where Kolkata football is played. This is not something new. So therefore, yeah. Do you think BFC is Mumbai City FC light this time for sarcasm? They have literally signed 4 or 5 more this season and have a better previous season. I think so. I've trusted them than previous one. Harry, yeah, you could say by, it could be Mumbai City FC light, but yeah, BFC has to show, does this team really gel? Can they do something? This team has potential, but BFC, need to show. And BFC has not been there where they have been, where they need to be. I think that's the big challenge that Bangalore FC have, that they are nowhere near where they have been in the past. And that's the challenge for them. That's the challenge for a team of their stature, that they need to get results which showcase where they stand. What division can Apuya play in EU? Rohit, depends on which league. I think there are leagues where Apuya can play, but it's not, again, forget the big 5. Smaller leagues, he might play top tier, but I think mostly second or third tier would be where I would say he could be playing. So yeah, that's the reality. Is there any possibility to hire a foreign coach and give training to Indian coaches by AFF? Vishnu, the AFF does that in its coaching courses. This already happened, you know, and yeah, it's a outside of that, I think, you know, so therefore they have done it, but outside of those windows, not going to happen. I don't think so. Monok, as a reply to Prasenjit, yes, even ball wasn't rolling smoothly. Even a team like East Bengal fails to prepare proper football pitch. Monok, those Maidan pitches you can't prepare properly. I think that is something that's part of the problem, and this is where these teams like to train, and then suddenly up there's so many injuries, right? And yeah, someone needs to look into it. Why will you say bad from OC when they have not given any reason? Only in terms of the fans you control them because small fans, and that's also in the future again biggest fan base club in the future. Sanskar, let's wait and see. Again, I think Mumbai City has small but a dedicated fan base, and you know, so therefore, yeah, let's let it grow. It's the club turns 10 in a few days, and therefore, yeah, let's see, let's hope and see where it gets. What will format of I-League this season? Shrichan, good question. Nothing has been announced, you know. So the AFF has looked at certain formats. I think they've looked at a zonal system, maybe splitting up the I-League in East and West. But it's not clear at the moment. How do you see Jingan transfer to HNK Zivinik? What would have been the motive behind it, both the player and the club point of view? Harry Maguire, very simply, Sandesh wanted once to try himself abroad. He tried himself abroad, injured himself in the first training session. Zivinik gave him a chance, didn't work out. After 6 months or less than 6 months, it ended and Sandesh returned to India. That's the end of the story. But there was passion previously, you know, local Bengali lads don't care that much. Unfortunately, that's the main reason. Yeah, Arijit, that's also a problem that there are too many options in regard to entertainment. Right? To me, that is a problem, you know, and it's something which these are all realities, right? Very tough realities. Any Indian player who you see going to Europe and division do you see them play? Maman, I don't see anybody going because we've talked about it on this platform multiple times. The salaries are, in my opinion, too high. There is no desire or hunger from the player to go because they think that they can play high up, top teams, top tiers, but I don't see them being in that. So therefore, for me, I don't see any Indian player going abroad and trying his luck in Europe at this moment, and the challenge remains. So for me, I don't know, if you ask me, very very difficult for an Indian player to go abroad and make it because they think that they are of a certain level which they aren't. You know, so therefore for me, you know, and that's something which is a difficult one. Zonal system, is it good? Your opinion, this. Shichan, I don't like a zonal system. I think that if you've got 12, 13 teams, you should play it home and away. But the point here is it's a question of money. So the AFF has a shortage of money, you know, so let's see. How many foreigners allowed in I-League? Like in the ISL, 4 players on the pitch, six in the squad. Did football grow in popularity in Northeast compared to 80s, or just that Northeast players are getting scouted more? No, it's certainly grown, especially I think it has grown massively. I take, for example, Mizoram, which was non-existent, I'd say. And to me, that has grown massively. Manipur has grown massively. The rest of the Northeast, it was there, but it's now much, much bigger. Kishore, that's why the clubs need to improve ground conditions. For example, Galaxy Football, Mega is training the preseason. I've seen the practice matches on the official pages. Yeah, Southeast Asia, grounds are better nowadays. Des or Lobera or Peter, choose only one for your club. Most probably, at the moment, I would, at the moment, I would still go with Lobera. Let's wait for another season. Maybe I might say Peter after that. Arsenal reserve teams are just wasting themselves. Do you think there should be start of top tier reserve league, or what format could be followed? See, the problem is that RFDL, I think, is the right format. The question is, when do you start the zonal? That needs to, work. So I honestly, Harry Maguire, I don't know what the perfect format would be. We need to find solutions to that. Our Indian players should understand the importance of AFC club competitions. Imagine Mohan will beat any Qatar League team there, and let's say Manvir scores winning goal, wouldn't he get offered them? I don't think so. One match, one goal will not change that. You're getting foreigners from Europe. Why would you sign Manvir Singh? Yeah, they talk about not getting money abroad, then show them your worth. But again, won't happen. But zonal system is also in USA. Shrichan, the US is a huge country. The US is, from its width, much bigger than India in that way, and the US has many more teams. Right? You have now nearly 30 teams in the MLS. You've got more than 30 teams in the other pro sports, and that's why you have these zones. AFC Champions League is the best for our country. Show one's worth. Yeah, sure, but Apuya played well last season despite the losses. Did anyone pick him up from West Asia? Kerala youngsters emphasize much more than Bengali lads when it comes to local clubs. Okay. Arijit. Rahul Beke is only Indian football scored in the ACL. I'm surprised because he sent up. I never expected he would score in the ACL against the ACL team. Yeah, but he's done. He's done that, right, Sanskar? That's what I'm saying. Rahul Beke is one of those, certain people even made him a lord. Rahul Beke has done very, very well for himself over the years. So that, that he deserves every bit of respect for what he's done for club and country. Rahul Beke deserves that, and therefore, I know that he's had mistakes and had flaws in his game, but I think he's done very well in the last few years. So therefore, I think Rahul Beke deserves much, much more praise than he gets. I think state league winners should get chance in Federation Cup. Srichant, yeah, but then how will you accommodate so many state league champions, right? It won't happen. Again, the AFF has a shortage of money. They have to be wise how they spend it. And even if they revive the Federation Cup or Super Cup, whatever you want to call it, you need to be smart with that. US different time zones, they need zonal systems. Yeah, Rohit, that's also a fact. America is, as I said, it's much bigger, drawn apart, and therefore zonal system makes sense. As much as I don't want this to happen, but is there a possibility of AFF being shut down because of less demand and popularity? No agreement with FSL AFF. Mohammed, I've spoken about this multiple times. That's a real danger. Yes, the ISL might be shut down next year. I think that's a real possibility if the AFF doesn't really wake up and starts talking with FSL, because nobody else will give you the money. The AFF needs the money. And the second thing is what I've not actually factored in, and a friend told me the other day, is that think about the money that Reliance and the broadcasters spend every year to ensure that this league keeps running. So therefore, we're not talking just about 50 crores which are coming in, but I think maybe another 150 in total that comes in because of the ISL happening. So therefore, we're talking about 200 crores which we would be out of the system. So these are realities. People need to wake up to these realities in the AFF, in Indian football, and need to start taking decisions and need to take a call and try to change things. When the AFC teams have local players better than our local players, why would they even bring our players a foreigner? Do they think we should also do some MOU like Vietnam did with the J League? We could try, but the J League will not do it. We had tie-ups with the J League. Nothing happened. Prasanjit will win consistent performance if any Indian player scores 4 or any go by 3-4 clean sheet. Smaller clubs of German might get interest at least. No one will. Prasanjit, no one will. Dheeraj was exceptional in the Champions League 3 years ago. Did anyone show interest in him? No one. The off-topic, does anyone know about cricket in Germany? Waman, not the Germans. If you have anything about cricket, it's all cricket playing countries. So therefore, nah, no one. 2 zones, 12 plus 12 teams in I-League. Shichan, 24 teams? Are you insane? I have been saying we've got too many teams in the ISL and the I-League. I'd rather would reduce it to 10 at the moment. We don't have enough players. 24 teams, no chance. No chance. And the AFF couldn't fund a 24-team league. Again, we cannot copy what others are doing. We need to find an Indian way of growing our leagues. We're growing our system. That is the biggest challenge we have. And we are in a situation where we need to find the right solutions, right answers. And otherwise, we're going to fall back into that trap and in a difficult situation. To me, it doesn't make sense. Maybe a Lalit Modi person did in the ISL. Any business might need, I suppose, that Modi complete change IPL and whole cricket in India. Sanskar, Lalit Modi actually came to the AFF in 2006 with the IPL model to the AFF. The AFF turned it down. So, just as an info. Hello, Navo. Hi, Neil. Welcome back. Good to see you. Gaurav, also good to see you. Who are your favorites for this dual season? Gaurav, I've said this a few times today and in the last few days. Let the Touran Cup start. Let's see who plays with what team, and then we can decide maybe from the knockouts to say this team or that team could be favorites, because I don't know how good or how bad teams are at the moment. And again, you're playing in the monsoons. All of these are factors. This is it's a knockout in the end. So, sir, then what will any Indian player do to get offers abroad? Prasenjit, my first question is, do the Indian players want to offer abroad? With the salaries being so high in the ISL, or being even high in the I-League for that matter, an Indian player, not happening. Good night, Kishore, and thanks a lot. Tomorrow, maybe not. Next few days, I'll be on the road on work, so I'll have to see in between if I can do a show. So coming back to your question, Prasenjit, you have to be better than the rest. You have to be an exceptional player. You might have to be the best player in India. Then maybe someone will see you, look at you. But you need to be so good that you're so exceptional. That's the reality. Akash Mishra get offer from Japan club. When did that happen, Sanskar? Did I miss something? I don't think he got an offer from Japan, but anyway. Waman, can there be a scenario where the Indian national football team doesn't exist because of AFF and AFC being run badly? The national team will survive in some sort of form way. The question is, does the league system survive? If FSDL pulls out, does the ISL survive? That's the next question. Then what happens? That's the reality, right? The Indian national team will be there, but what else will be there? What else will not be there? That's the question that I see that needs to be asked out there. Hi, Vaishnav. Tata, you recommend keeping fewer teams to maintain quality, but wouldn't having more teams increase pressure on the system to churn out more players, demand and supply? Vaishnav, nice thought process you have, but if that was the case, we would now have been churning out more better players. We're not. We're producing more and more. We're producing less and less, and the system needs to produce better players. Players are being hyped up. Like Alex Saji's brother goes to Goa. Oh, you know what? Sensational striker, blah, blah. Mohammad Nemel happened. Same thing a few years back. Where are they gone? Komal Thattal. We've got many players we've hyped up over the last few years. That is the challenge that I think we face. Animakata 26 matches per season, but yet their players are very much apt and fit for long term while we struggle. And people say we play less matches. That's why we're like that. Why is it like that? See, the less matches we could have spoken about 2 years ago. Now our players play more matches than than other parts of the continent. So for me, that less match argument isn't an argument anymore. My question is, how good are we? Even is wrong for but they've got cups, right? They've got cup competition. They've got this. They've got that. They play more. Again, it's not league. They play Champions League. They have X number of matches in the Champions League. The top team, so they get their matches. So therefore, that's something. Yeah. Hi Siddharth. Uzbekistan was giving such a great fight versus Spain. Eventually, 1-2. They have grown so much. I think that's level we need to reach to play because World Cup. Because Uzbeks are definitely playing World Cup. Siddharth, I would love to see Uzbekistan. I've said this earlier today. Someone else has said the same thing like you. But again, let's see if Uzbekistan gets to the World Cup. Will be great. Would be great to see Uzbekistan in a World Cup. And their youth teams have been great. I mean, look at their performances in the Under-20 World Cup as well. So therefore, yeah, and we need to reach that level. You saw how far we were behind Uzbekistan in the Asian Cup in Jan. We lost that game, and we deservingly lost that game, and lucky to lose only 3-0. Should have been more like a 5 or 6. So therefore, we need to improve dramatically to be able to compete with teams of this level. That's the level of competition where we need to get to. That's the challenge. So therefore, I hope we get better in the near and in the long-term future. So yeah, those are the challenges we need to overcome. That's the thing. Yeah, that's something. Those of you who are new to the channel, once again, and who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube. We're on 1,349. Maybe we can finish the 1,350 today before I end. Yeah, like this video, share this video. Again, let's grow the community. And as always, thank you very much for coming by and joining me in this evening discussion. Do you think Uzbekistan is comparable to grassroots to Japan, Korea, if not better? They're reaching semis of search on every youth World Cup. See, their level is different. And again, the grassroots in Japan and Korea are different than elsewhere. So therefore, for me, the system in Uzbekistan will be different than the system in Japan and Korea. The system in Japan and Korea is different to China. That's different to Qatar. That's different to Iran, to Saudi. Every system is different. So, Ashish Negi mentioned about Nongdomba being offered a trial now with Denmark, but never happened. And we thought, yeah, Waman, it's not the only one. There were other players as well that have had offers of not Denmark, but he had an offer in Norway and didn't happen. And Komal Thattel, yeah, it was great. But again, he was overhyped. I remember people telling me around the Under-17 World Cup, he colored his hair, he did this, he did that. It's too much shebang. The focus is gone. People said to me at that stage, he's not going to make it as a top level star. Reality. We need reserve league, youth league parallel running with ISL and I-League, otherwise talent pool will be limited. Show more resources. There's the question of resources. Yes, that sounds logical, but again, you have to reserve the youth league. You have to regionalize. It has to be locally. It needs to be strong locally. That is then where the state association, where the district associations come in. It cannot be at a national level. It will not happen. The clubs do not have those resources. So do you think any player in Uzbekistan's squad earn more than India's? Siddharth, it does. Yeah, the Roma boy. Forgot him. The captain, the striker. Shuro that guy earns more than Indian players. ISL salary should be the same as second division salary in Europe or some sort of system where players are motivated to go abroad. Neil, our salaries there are players who've come from La Liga to the ISL and they're earning more in ISL than small teams in La Liga. That's the reality. Our salaries are way too high. Even second division salaries. Are we standard of second division in Europe of the top? Are we championship? Are we Bundesliga 2, La Liga 2? No, we're not. See those players coming in. We're not. So the salaries need to be much lower, but that will not happen because of, again, all these things we've been talking about are interlinked. We've got a limited talent pool. Therefore, we're fighting for the same players, and therefore then the salaries of these players, especially of the better ones, go up dramatically. And even the mid-level players, all of them are earning too much. These are all realities of Indian football. If I or you like it or not, these are the realities. Gaurav, don't you think there's a mafia lobby which don't want football to grow in India? No, I don't think so. I think it's rather the lack of knowledge and understanding which is killing Indian football. There is no lobby which is keeping Indian football behind. Indian football is its biggest enemy. The people within Indian football sometimes are its biggest enemies because not the right people are running the game. Be it at a federation, be it at a club level, be it at a league level. That's our biggest problem. Indian football is harming itself more than anybody else. Do you think Intercash will play in the home ground this season of I-League? SDM, yes, they want to play, but I don't know what the status is of their ground. They want to play at home, so therefore, let's wait and see. I would love to see Interkashi play there, but you know how, again, we have to also be realistic. Developing a new ground is very difficult in an Indian context. If ISL disbands, will FSDL continue with the Reliance Development League? Rohit, I don't think so. I think they'll continue with the Reliance Foundation Young Champs program. I think they will continue with those grassroots programs and the youth programs, but I don't think they'll do RFDL. Why would they? What's your thought of running CFL without foreigners? Will it really help local football? Shomo, on one side, yes, it does because it gives players an opportunity, but I feel it gives some false hopes. Last season, people were talking about David. This season, Suhail Bhatt. People are talking about him scoring goals, but are they good enough to play ISL? And I say both of them are not ready to play ISL. You know, the step up to the CFL is so much below the ISL that's the steps up. It's like, you have to sort of start on the ground floor and run up, I don't know, high-rise building. Do you think we can build a system like Brazil? Their state leagues are very good quality, and after some top teams, they have different state leagues at football structure. Do you think we can also integrate state leagues? Harry Maguire, we need to, but my point is we need to develop an Indian system. We can, again, there are models. Again, the European model is there. You can look at the US, Australian model. You can look at the model in other parts of Asia. You can look at the Brazilian model or some other countries in South America. But we need to develop our own model. That's, I think, the biggest challenge that Indian football has. I think that's the one thing we need to do if we want to get to that level, be better. We need to be creating something which is there, right? That's the challenge. FIFA football final gets more views compared to Cricket World Cup. Gaurav, India has huge football. Has a huge following for football. That's the reality. I have seen so many Indian football fans here at the Euros, and Germans were surprised to see so many Indian people turning up to watch the Euros. I have seen, I wasn't there, but I realized from friends who were there said, the most fans attending the Qatar World Cup were Indian. So Indians are football interested. It's just that we, Indian football, as Indian football, are not good enough. So, as Mohammed said, we as Indian football see any daylight or happiness related to Indian football next future, at least the next 20 years. Mohammed, I've been involved now for 26 years. And if you ask the young me in 1998, when I started IndianFootball.com, that was my sort of start of doing something with Indian football. I would then say my hope was that by this time India would have played a World Cup, that India would establish itself as a top nation in Asia. None of that has happened, I wish, I truly wish that we will be better in 20, 30 years. But for that, a lot of things need to change. I'm starting on my channel a new series called The Future of Indian Football. My ideas. We talk a lot about what has happened, but I want to talk about what Indian football needs. I want to start a new series on my blog. So I'm a blog as well, but also here on my YouTube channel. So do follow that. I want to start a series. I said The Future of Indian Football. I want to talk about what are the things that I feel need to be done to improve Indian football. We've got too much of negativity in here. Even I get into that trend of we're talking about the problems of most of the time, but now we need to realize what are the challenges and how can we change Indian football. Neil, just one second. Looking at the current situation, the only hope is to allow Indian origin players playing abroad, but having good quality to play for India. African countries do this. Listen, Neil, every country does this around the world. The only country which is not doing it is India. But the point for this to happen, it is the government which needs to do something, and the government is not doing anything. So, yeah. What will the philosophy of Manu Marcus for Indian team? SDM, I think he will play a 4-2-3-1. I did a video on this. If you want to see it a few days ago, what will Manuel Marcus bring to the Indian football national team is a video in detail. You can find out what I think. I've done 3 videos on Manuel Marcus and what I think about him. watch it, and I think that explains all of it. If the Rans Development League mostly played by under 20 players, is so that league is very needed and can be a feeder league for Indian football. It is an under 23 team, yeah, it is, and that league is there. It's so it's there, but are the players really standing out? That's the point, no? The younger players need to push the older players aside and make their spots. Lamine Yamal is not playing at 16, 17 for Spain and Barcelona because he's Lamine Yamal. He's playing there because he's better than other players. That's simple. That is, the younger players need to be better. Our next breakout star will be from Reliance Foundation, not from Fraud Minerva Academy. Shomo, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I think Reliance Foundation is doing a good job, but the players need to. Yeah, let's see. Mohamed Shafi, what's his status of Soterio? I still don't know. I think he's training, if I'm right, with Kerala Blasters, but I think they've not decided if they're going to keep him on or bring someone else. So till the time our government won't recognize football as world biggest soft power, nothing going to happen because this revolution requests great impetus behind. Yeah, Siddharth, very well said. But the government is not realizing it. No, that's my concern. The Indian government, so for me, we need to make changes. We need to make things easier, better. But for that, a lot needs to happen. But the government doesn't realize that at the moment. So that's one of our weaknesses at the moment. According to you, Anavada, who will be the surprise addition in Manolo's national team squad? Someone like coach favorite? Maybe someone like an Ashish Rai could play. He knows Ashish Rai. I would love him to pick Putia. So let's wait and see. Shoma, it's too early. For me, it's too early to make a judgment on what Manolo is going to do. Let the season start. Let us see what happens in the next 6-7 weeks, and then Manolo is going to call up players, and then let's see what he does. I hope. And again, I wish him the best. But it's going to be crazy. So therefore, yeah. So therefore, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. Why isn't the government acting on OCI and PAO? It's because of government not being comfortable with people having dual citizenship, which can lead to frauds and terrorism, which is prone. Vaman, it's not even asking about dual citizenship. It is, yes, potentially on one side is dual citizenship. Even if you want to take up an Indian passport, let's say we take the story of Izumi Arata. Arata was playing for East Bengal, Mahindra United, for Pune FC. It took him 5 years to get an Indian passport. He relinquished his Japanese passport. He married an Indian woman. It took him 5 years to get a passport. Praful Patel was there in the AFF. He was the president. He was a central government minister. Still nothing happened. And the same, it doesn't matter which government. The government is not interested. And all these discussions, is it about terrorism? Is it about this? We're not even at that stage. I have tried myself for the last 23 years to push for the agenda of players of Indian origin. I have met the last sports minister in 2022. I went to Delhi and met him. Nothing has happened. They're not interested, period. We don't need to have that discussion. Igor Steamach has spoken about it. Stephen has spoken about it. Bob Houghton used to speak about it. Everyone has spoken about it. Nothing has happened. Let's see. Kevin take it as an sport, say same as netball, water polo, where India has no future or no medal results. See that football is that, but the other point is also about players of Indian origin with PIOs, OCIs, other sports are suffering as well. So it's not just football. So these are the realities of where we are stuck in India with sports, and nothing has changed. And that is, it's very, very sad. Your thoughts on Kerala Blasters? New foreign centre back he played League 2 previously, played 20 games as Nike French League 2. If Bob got similar stats, why he failed and why this player was good. Harry, again, this Quef looks good on paper. Played with Caen last season in Ligue 2. And let's wait and see what he does. Kerala Blasters have had French centre backs, but again, Paul Pogba was more of a Ligue 1 player, and he couldn't adjust to Kolkata. So therefore, let's wait and see what he does. During Stephen Clifford time, we had few players who can cross the ball properly on opposite post. Now most naturally can't put proper cross on opposite balls. We are going backwards in terms of technique. Yeah, sure, most certainly. And if you're talking about Stephen Clifford, you forgot the best, and that to me is Renedy. Or we could have spoken about Alvito. We've got tons. Anthony Pereira, tons of players. We have a problem. What is the core reason that government is not interested? They don't care. SDM, in my opinion, they do not care. Football to them is, I don't know, something, but not their priority. Reality, sad reality. They want to go and watch the Euros and the World Cup, but they don't want to do it for their own country. That's the sad part of where we're stuck. So, guys, 2 hours through. Wow, this has been the longest that I've done it actually. Here as a live, starting to get to dinner. Thanks a lot for your interactions. I like to do it. I enjoy it, as I've told you. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube. Let's see, have we done it? Yeah, 1,350. So another small little milestone. Again, I'm happy with these small little things. The community is growing. Thank you very much once again, guys. That's what I'm saying. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and do join in. Also watch the content that I've been making over the last few days or weeks. Again, today, early morning, I did a video on is there trouble brewing in the AFF? Again, talking about issues that I feel are there within the federation. Yesterday, I did something on Jay McLaren joining Mumbagan. Before that, I did a few videos on Mano Marquez joining the national team, what it means between, being between AFF and FC Goa. So if you haven't, do watch those earlier videos as well. You're more than welcome. I've tried to explain the Anwar Ali issue in some of those videos, and I think my first video explains it quite well. We are in that state, I guess. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And tomorrow, I'm not sure if I will be able to do a live. I'm a little on the road. Might do something a little earlier in the afternoon if I get maybe a slot of an hour. So therefore, I don't know, but I'll try. And with other things, I'll be starting, as I said, a new series, The Future of Indian Football. Let's see if I start it tomorrow or the after. And also I'll be doing something about an Indian company doing a sponsorship in the German league with a club. Do watch that. That's going to come tomorrow. So thanks a lot. Good night. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Waman, thanks a lot for that. And do support me. Thanks a lot and good night.